So let me show you a tutorial for making this bag. This one, the sewing method of this bag is also very simple. This is the material we use for the whole bag. This is one of our last splicing strips. And this is the decorative strip in front of us. It is also a connecting bar behind ours. This is one of our next parts, a splicing strip. This is sewn on our bottom and bottom sewn on. That's the two strips on our side. And our bottom. And this is with our rope. To be sewn together. These two are the same. Well, there is also an inner knot. And the two small pieces on our side. And our two hardware pieces. Well, and our shoulder straps. When we sew the whole bag, we need to prepare it ourselves. This scissors and lighter. Then we have this material. The bag still has our needle and thread. We first put the splicing strip of our upper half. Sew it together with our big material. One thread used to sew this section of thread is one of the total lengths. Is 3 times the length of this 1, 2 or 3. Thread our thread into our needle. Then take it out and leave a short paragraph here. And we'll put our needle through it. Let's fix this thread and needle together. Form a small semicircle like this. Then this short line pulls down. Then pull our main wire and let it fix. It's the same on this side. A thread, a needle at the end. After fixing, we have these two needles at the same time. At one end, it's our smooth fabric. Press down our frosted fabric. We put two needles through two holes at the same time. Pull both needles up at the same time. In this way, or two lines. Keep the two lines the same length. Ah, what about this one? It's incredibly simple. It's just an up and down pair. Let's also sew this up by ourselves. Just like this, it is a form of wearing it. Then we wear our bottom. After this thread is worn on, the direction of our cycloid is also to be consistent all the time. In one direction, the thread sewn like this is straight. It's my thread that goes on after I put it on. Everyone according to their own habits. It's my habit to swing this line on my left side. Then wear it here. Wear it again. Still swing this line on the upper and left. That is, the direction of your cycloid should always be in one direction. And then we sew this line. He is a straight. If you habitually swing this line to this side. After we sew it on. Every time the line swings this way. Let's also sew this up by ourselves. The direction of the cycloid. Be sure to note that the seam is facing one direction. What about the splicing decorative strip at the back? Let's buckle it in this position first. After buckling in this position, because it's differentiated. It's because of this hardware, sew it device anyway. Then we twist it round. After we're done twisting, we'll open this up. A thread for sewing this section, the quantity is 5 times longer than this high one. When we measure the line, more than 1.5 times and a half or 6 times the line is okay. And then we sew it from top to bottom. It's this hole. The second hole. Align the first hole on the edge of our side. Or pair both holes at the same time. It is also worn by the upper and lower lines. And, you can sew this up by yourself, right? This particular simple. We only sew this short section. And then when we get to the bottom, we do 3 stitches back. Let's all sew it ourselves. I won't demonstrate this. What about this position after we sew it? We push it over. Then sew this side. Or start from the top and sew down. This second hole is aimed at this hole on this side. The thread must be tightened. This sewing method is the same as this side. Let's all finish sewing here. After we sew this, we took out our 2 tiny strips and this bottom. Then we connect the 2 of them together first. And that's how they fit together. Everyone pay attention. It is here that the oil is sealed. There is no one here. Well, make the oil seal face one side. And sealed facing one side. And what about the amount of thread used at this point? Let's just randomly pick a little bit of a thread. We just need to wear a needle. And I put it together. Go through these 2 holes opposite each other. And then we put it back in our line. Put it on the inside of this. There's no load in this position. There's no force point. Okay, that's it. Then we lock it offline. From the inside of this thread we go through. Take it out. Look at this is a knot. Then just lock him twice like this. Then disconnect. The same sewing method here. We can also sew it up by ourselves. After we sew this circle, let's measure the line first. We're going to sew this circle, and for this loop, we use a thread. We measure it 3 times this circle. So we're going round this circle 3 times. And then we cut both lines at the same time. It's the same length of line. We broke 2. Because we want to put this bottom, so with this little girdle. Then we sew the little girdle. We also want to deal with position sewn on, so it's 2 lines exactly the same length. So we broke 2 at once. Put it aside. Let's wear this. After fixing our needle and thread, turn this over. Then take our bottom. You can see that there is a large hole in this position. If we are looking for this location, it is difficult to find it. We sew this from the side. There is a large hole in this position. If you can't see the big hole, let's just fold it. You can see the big hole. It's bigger than the hole next to it. And aim the big hole at the hole in the middle of us. Look at this side where we have no oil seal, and our bottom side without oil seal. Are they relative? It's going in one direction. This is threading up and down. Then sew a circle. Just thread up and down. Finish our circle. In fact, it is the same as the plane we sew on. We can also sew it up by ourselves. And I am not going to do that needle by needle. Then when we sew to the end, we must pay attention to this location. And when we sew it up, we give him 3 stitches back. Then we are in the process of sewing. Can you see it? There is a large hole in this position. That's when we sew the 7G of him. This big hole should match. Then this is also the same as this hole. They are opposites. It's this big hole that's opposite to him. And then there is also a big hole here. They are also relative. Let's also this bottom ourselves. After sewing, we're going to sew it together with this body. So let me tell you about this. How do we locate this? This position is 2 holes. And down here, we only have 1 big hole. Everyone can see this hole is obviously a big hole. Then it is opposite to the hole on our left. To needle through 2 holes at the same time. Tighten him up and down the line. Then we'll sew this circle for him. Is this easier? Other parts are simpler. This place is thicker. We need to pull this wire tighter. Then you can sew it yourself. When sewing to this corner, it's got this rib there. We're going to fill it in by itself. We're just going to put this inside first. Make this circle a line. Okay, when we're done, let's sort out the bottom of our bottom. Let's also sew it ourselves. Then be sure to remember to sew to this position. We give him this position because if we have to return some stitches, he has a warp point in this position. So we go back and do a few stitches, do 4 or 5 stitches again. We can sew it ourselves. After we sew this bottom, it's wire breaks on the inside of this. And then we sort it out. Our bottom. Just use the 2 of us. Use our hand belly position. And lead us around this edge here twice. Then put us outside. Circle it twice. See which position doesn't come out. Let's give it a boost. Okay, we're done with this bottom shape. And now we're going to sew our inner mouth. Let's sew these 2 first. Just sew it together with the rag. The wire usage of this is 1 of the lengths we break. 1 is twice as long. If we break, we will break 1 that is twice as long as this one. Break 1 is 3 times longer. The line can be a little more, not less. So we cut off 1 that's this high and 1 that's 3 times longer. After we put on the needle and thread, then in this position. And you can see there's 1 hole missing. Well, put it through this hole at the bottom. Then the front of this zipper. When we are not sealed properly, we pull. We mustn't pull it. If you pull it down, well, if you can't wear it yourself, that's trouble. We make a small tear in the front. Fold it in half for this position. Fold it into a triangle. You can see where the line is. Fold over. Fold into a triangle. Then pat it under this. Are we aligned below? It's our rope. 1 coarse grain, 1 fine grain. The position of this gap between them. Go through. When we sew this one, keep getting stuck in the middle of this thick and thin pattern. The position of this gap. Let's not give this zipper it pulls too tightly. As long as the force is just right, you can. Neither too loose. We need to be just right. Don't pull too tight. And what about the rest? Let's turn this corner. It's still the same penetration of the previous needle and the next needle. I'm not going to do that. Then what about the opposite side? The sewing method here is exactly the same as here. We can sew it up ourselves. After sewing this position, we will turn round. Do you want to sew him back to about this position? This zipper is because we have to pull it from time to time, so you need a little more back stitches. Then cut the thread inside. Okay. We can sew on the other side. After we sew this zipper, we put the two of them together. That's it, leave it there, then buckle it up. The amount of thread used to sew this section is still our weight. One is 3 times longer. Or 2 needles through 2 holes at the same time. I'm not going to show them to you. Just sew this paragraph and then go back. 3 stitches, same thing on this side. And then after sewing, this is the effect. Let me show you. This is an effect we finished sewing. And we also these 2 lines ourselves. That's it. After we sew this, we're going to hook this side up. Well, measure 1, twice as long as this one. We only need to wear 1 thread. A needle will do. Then the 2 of them are going to be put together. So we start at the bottom. After wearing it, we're going through here. Then wear it again. Then when we sew on this, let's just wrap this thread round. Let's lock this wire in the back. Two more stitches. And what about the rest of our thread? Just enough to sew our side. If it is not easy to sew him away, his sewing method is the same on both sides. We can sew it ourselves. We're done sewing this innermost. Well, then we're going to put our side on. This small pendant for hanging shoulder straps is sewn on. Take out our hardware and clip ear material. It's sewn like this. Put this on first. Are these 2 sewing methods the same? Just one. And then one of his thread measures. We're going to pull this up. Just measure one of his double lines. We start sewing from the side. Use this material. Between the two of them sandwich our main mouse. Go through the two threads together. Then tighten. We sew to this position. We won't sew horizontally, because when sewing with us, horizontal position, we sew on the line. You start from this position and sew him 3 stitches down. Then break the line on the inside. The sewing method here is the same. We put it ourselves. Just sew it here. After we sew on both sides, we're going to sew this together. Then pull it apart. You can see this hole. There's a hole. And then we use this central hole. Go with him. This position is thicker. What about the line measure? It's 7 times longer than our taller one. That's it, 7. It is one of our wire quantities for this circle. This position is thicker. We can wear it layer by layer. Then this wire must be tightened together with the upper and lower wires. This position belongs to the 5th floor, so it's thicker. You guys need to use a little force to pull this thread. Then the previous needle and the next needle, and we are going to sew this round. I won't tell you about it. Needle by needle. Let's all sew this up by ourselves. This particular simple. It's the same as when we sew this underneath. After we sew this circle, we sewed the whole back. This circle, after we sew it back and forth, we're twisted in a thread. One line is broken outside. However, when you follow up, you will also continue the outer one. Continue the one inside because he, put it all in there. I can see it. It's all very obvious on the outside. So we're one in and one out. Then, this is our back buckle. Take out our shoulder straps. What about the shoulder strap? It's adjustable. Is it porous and adjustable? We can choose according to our height. Well, adjust our length. Hang on this side. Okay, we're done sewing the whole back.